Hi, Region 4. I'm Deb Bringman, and we're going to get to meet our newest director in our region. I'm going to introduce you to Jillian Wade, um, the director of Capital City Chorus. Hi, Jillian.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Doing well, thank you.
Good. So I just have kind of some questions so we get to know you. And so, what is your musical background?
Well, I grew up in a family of musicians. My both of my parents and my sister are all very musical themselves. So I've been singing in choir since I was 3 years old. For me, that started in, church choirs, and started in choir in school in middle school. Um, and I took piano lessons from about 3 to 13 years old, and I've just kept playing ever since then on my own. And I've had really amazing music teachers throughout my life, most of whom I'm still in contact with, and get to talk to them about what I'm doing and what they're doing.
And go
So
ahead and tell them who your middle school music teacher was.
yeah, so my in middle school I had two choir directors, and in high school I had two. So in high school I had the one and only Amy Laycock as my one of my choir teachers, and she is definitely someone who I'm still in contact with. It was Amy Laycock and Eric Kaufman, so super special people to me for sure. And when I got to college, I studied vocal music education at Hope College in Holland, Michigan. And I taught elementary music for a year and a half after graduating, and then middle school choir for the other half of the latter year. And um, once I moved to Indiana, I decided that I wanted to pursue my master's in choral conducting. So I'm in school for that right now, hopefully graduating in May. And in addition to that, I teach private voice and beginning piano lessons. And in the summers, I'm the music director for M3 Summer Theater Camp in Carmel, Indiana. And this year, I've been really fortunate to work with the Indianapolis Symphonic Choir as their graduate assistant. So lots of different bits and pieces in my musical background, but it's always been something that's been very important to me, and I've always kind of given myself up to it. It's wonderful.
Well, you're a busy lady. Did you ever play any instruments other than piano?
Yes, I played violin from fourth grade until
Wait a minute. Did you have John Delaman?
I think he was there at some point.
Okay, never
Yes,
mind. I
that
digress.
name sounds super familiar. And then I stopped playing in after seventh grade. So eighth grade was my only year in choir in middle school because we could do one or the other. Um, but I was in choir at church all throughout that. So I never stopped choir. I got in when I was 3, and I'm still going strong today. So
Are you a soprano?
I am not. I am an alto.
Really?
I
Huh.
am.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, you're a busy lady. So how, I'm sure Amy had an influence on how you were introduced to barbershop.
Yes, exactly. Before her, I hadn't really heard much about it, but since she was one of my high school choir directors, I was always hearing about her chorus and quartet. And so I started hearing about Sweet Adeline's barbershop when I was about 14. But it wasn't until the executive director of the Indianapolis Symphonic Choir sent me the job posting for Capital City that I knew there was even a group here. I wasn't aware of that. So thanks to her for that. That was a huge, huge thing that she did for me. And I was immediately interested in the position, and I've loved learning more about the barbershop world so far.
Excellent. Well, you're in for a treat. I think it's one of the best educational organizations there is. So you haven't directed any other barbershop courses? Have you ever done a quartet yet?
I have not yet.
Notice how I put that yet in there?
Yes.
So do you have some goals for Capital City?
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what we can do with our sound when we start thinking about ourselves as one voice with just little parts that are different here and there. Um, to be able to sing in or to hear an a cappella chorus is really truly just magic. It's miraculous how many different sounds and emotions and um, everything we can create with just our voices. It's really a thing of beauty when those chords lock in, and even the unison moments are so wonderful with every voice singing the same line, the same notes. So I'm excited to continue thinking about that unification of our sound and see where that takes us. And I think a collective goal for the group right now is to really continue developing our visual communication. So I'm excited to see how that drives and enhances our sound overall.
Excellent. And do you have goals for yourself as a director?
Learn everything as quickly as possible. That is my goal. I'm on a quest to pick up as much information as I can, as quickly as I can. And all of the members of Capital City have been so helpful in that process so far, both in, teaching me new things that I didn't know, or just having patience and grace for me while I learn everything new.
That's great. Well, it's a good chorus to, they're very helpful. Well, most
Yeah,
sweet out
they
there.
are.
Yeah. So do you have any hobbies other than music?
Yes. So I think I said at the beginning, my family are all musicians, but they're also all excellent cooks. And so I love cooking. It's always been something that's been a part of our family is good food. So I love trying new recipes or making old tried and true ones. Um, and I also love, love, love to be outside as much as possible. As long as it's not pouring rain, I am happy to be outside, even if it's cold like it's been. I just bundle up and go.
Oh, that's great. So do you have a signature dish that you make?
Ooh, I love anything pasta. Anything pasta. Whether that's, pasta with pesto or an olive oil sauce or a red sauce. It's all good if it comes in a noodle.
I would agree with you. I absolutely agree with you. So do you have a favorite musical memory?
Yes, I have so many favorite musical memories. I think two that are coming to mind are two most recent events. Last semester, I had my graduate conducting recital, and for that, I was tasked with getting my own choir. So, putting together my own choir, putting together my own chamber orchestra, and selecting repertoire for a 45-minute concert. And all said and done, I think it was about 30 musicians total, 20 singers, some string players, an organist, and a percussionist, and of course, my accompanist, who was amazing. And we performed a 45-minute set of music that ranged from Vivaldi to Broadway and West Side Story. Um, and that whole recital day of the actual concert was a mountaintop moment for sure, getting to conduct all of that and be with such wonderfully talented and kind musicians. Um, and the other favorite musical memory of recent is that with my assistantship with the symphonic choir, I was able to conduct one piece at our Festival of Carols concert this past December. And again, amazing musicians. Oh my gosh, what a wonderful group of singers. And it was just a thrill to conduct them at the beautiful Palladium in Carmel. That was just an exquisite experience for sure.
Well, that's great. And I know there's going to be many more ahead in your future.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So are you originally well, you must be from Ohio.
I am. I'm from Columbus, Ohio. Yep. And I moved to Indiana in 2022, I think 2022. And before that, I lived in Holland, Michigan for about 5 years. I stayed on campus over the summers because how can you go away from the lake? I mean, Lake Michigan in the summer is just a beautiful thing.
And the
Um,
tulips are beautiful.
Yes, the tulips are beautiful. If you've never been to Tulip Time, you should absolutely go. Um, it's it's a wonderful little city, little town. So I lived there for about 5 years during and after undergrad and moved here in 2022.
Well, and I know you mentioned your parents and your sister, was it, that's all musicians? Are they professional musicians or just,
No, so my mom, she doesn't teach this anymore, but at the beginning of her career, she taught elementary music and she also played the flute and marching band all throughout high school and college. And my dad is also a conductor. He's had some really incredible opportunities. He's conducted the Mormon Tabernacle Choir out
oh
in
my,
Utah. So he's a conductor and he's also a percussionist and plays in a community band in Ohio right now. And my sister was also in choirs all growing up, and she's a great piano player. She's a great sight reader. I've always envied that because I have to really sit down with a piece to knock that out. I'm great by ear, but the sight reading piano music specifically is it's a task. Um, but yeah, they're not professional musicians, but all really intelligent musicians and love all sorts of different types of music.
well, that's great. And I know you have a special summer coming up. Do you want to tell us about that?
I do. So, in addition to my incredible immediate family, um, I am engaged to my fiance Scott, who is absolutely my best friend and just the best, most warm person. And he also has a really lovely family, and they're actually local. Most of them are local to the central Indiana area. And both my family and his family have just been super supportive with attending every concert that they can. Um, and it's been great. For my recital specifically, not only did my immediate family travel to Indy for that concert, but my aunt and uncle drove my 91-year-old grandma to come and support me. And it was really special. And um, a couple of my fiance's family members sang in my recital choir, which was really special too. So.
Nice. Is Scott musical?
He is. We met in choir at Hope College.
Okay.
He's a wonderful guitar player and a beautiful singer. And he's played a couple other instruments here and there, but guitar is his main instrument. And yeah, I'm super lucky to have wonderful, wonderful people in my life who are just so supportive.
That's great. So I've asked all the directors this. Do you have a quote that speaks to you or that you live by?
Yeah, I think kindness is free is a quote that I try to live by. It doesn't cost you anything to be kind. It can be a little tricky sometimes if you get into a situation where, the person you're trying to be kind to isn't giving you that same kindness back. But you never know where people are in their day or in their lives. You don't know what it took for a chorus member to get to rehearsal that day. You don't know um, what the beginning of their day looked like. And as long as you can be kind and have grace for people that are in your life, they'll usually have that back for you. And um, you never know how much people need just a little bit of nice from somebody.
Yeah, I think that that's so true, especially in today's world. So good for
Yeah.
you. Good for you. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us?
Um, let's see. I think we kind of covered all the
I
bases.
think we did
Um,
too. I tried to,
yeah,
but I just wanted to give you that opportunity. Well, Jillian, we are looking forward. We're going to embrace you with open arms at regional, and you're just going to be a great addition to our region. And I know Capital City's excited to have you as their director. So thank
thank
you
you.
very much.
Yes, thank you. I'm excited to be with them. It's going to be a wonderful first season of competitions and concerts.
Yeah, it's absolutely. So we wish you all the best and have a great day and weekend.
Thank you so much. You too.